Hello and welcome. This is Lucy the Bold. I wanted to say thank you to everybody for all your subscriptions and stuff. This is a new game. It's called New Arc Line. So it is based off of D&D to an extent, like the 4E rules. So if you've ever played D&D 4E, you kind of have an idea. It's very similar to Baldur's Gate or the initial original Diablo game. So a lot of it's overview from overhead, but then when you do talk to somebody, then you're at a street level with them. Currently, it's a first-person type of game. So I'm going to start out by starting a new game, so you can see the creator building it here. So currently there's only 2 races you can play, but there are more within the game itself. So I do see this coming up at some point. This little dice up here gives you different names, okay? Of course, you can do female.
We need to finish this before he recovers his strength.
Voice changes. There's only 2 so far.
Indeed, big man.
Okay, so she's a human, and then there's an elf. Alright, now if you look at this, the basic stats for an elf, okay, are listed here. And if I click over to human, then you see the basic ones here. Okay, so I'm going to go with this name, and then we're going to click on next. You get 4 different types of facial look, okay, depending on what you like, and then you can go from, you know, white to very dark to kind of like a pinkish color. So this kind of depends on what your preferences is for skin tone. Hair wise, this is everything that they have for hair. Okay, I'm a little partial to that one today, so I think I'm going to stay with that. Now this is what I like. You get a lot of different hair colors, okay? So yeah, I'm really liking the hair color types and stuff. So we'll stay with that for hair type. I do have the music turned on right now. And then if you want to see your character close up, you do this. And if you want to push her back to get an overall view, you do that. And you can either use these to turn her, or you can just grab her and turn. Lip color, yeah, we'll go with, well, got green here. Let's go green lipstick. And then of course this is the tint line for the lipstick. Okay. Alright, metallic tint level. I like that. Alright, eye color, lots of different eye colors. In this case, I'm just going to go with that. You also have facial tattoos that you can do. Okay, so we'll go with that one, and then just to be different, we're going to make this one blue in color. Makeup, then, all you gals like me are going to love the makeup. I think it really stands out nice. Yeah, the game itself has only been out for 3 days. It is on Steam in early access. I already mentioned that. And then we have facial scars, or you can go without scars. This is kind of a dog-eat-dog type of world. And then you get these character portraits. So that way when you're in combat in game, unfortunately they don't look anything like the character. But that's what it is for right now, so we're going to go with that. Okay, now you get your different classes. So diesel engineer, and the classes, depending on what you want, are going to change stat wise and stat point wise. Okay, so This one, diesel engineer experts in firearm and skilled creators of cutting-edge diesel gadgets. That's currently what I'm playing on my main character. Okay, and then there's a voodoo shaman for anybody who likes to do magic. Alright, so I haven't done a voodoo person yet, so I think I'm going to. And then available traits. Sleight of hand's really fun in this game, but there's not very many people that you can pickpocket. But I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to stick in our points, and if you scroll over the top of them, it tells you what each one's for. Dexterity represents the ability to do dodge attacks, as well as the use of diesel-powered guns and slashing weapons. Okay, Constitution, and then sleight of hands, it tells you what that is. So it's very much like 4E in that respect. First thing I do is I try to get her leveled up to at least 5. Okay, and then let's see here. This is for initiative because it's an initiative roll base when you do go into combat. Alright. And this is for voodoo weapons, so I'm going to change it to 6. And athletics, let's see here. Reflects the development of one's body, one's flexibility, and one's ability to overcome physical obstacles to keep up muscle tone. So I haven't ran into anything yet where I have to jump. I don't even think there's a jump key yet. But we'll go ahead and put a couple points into that. Sleight of hand with 4E. So anytime you do something like this, you want your number to be high because you have to be able to roll underneath of it. So we're going to make that 50. Knowledge, 30 is probably good. Survival, you know, I'm not out in the wilderness yet. Most everything's taking place inside of the city, so it's possible later on down the road, you know, we might want to do that. Observational skills, that is also very important from what I learned yesterday from playing this game. Endurance, you know, once again, I haven't ran into anything that you have to have endurance for. Deception is good. Okay, so that's a 30, so I'm going to leave it there. Mockery, I've used mockery before. And charm, so I'm going to put points into charm. And persuasion, you do a lot of decisive rolls in here when you're talking to people, so that's important. In insight, we're going to take that up to 30, and then voodoo magic, I'm just going to dump the rest of the points into voodoo magic. So 35 is as high as it'll go. So I'm going to take mockery up to 27. Hit confirm. Now this tells you a little bit about the style of game. Okay, classic mode, challenging combat, quest, and exploration, perfect for players seeking both challenge and depth. Adventure mode, I recommend this for when you first start the game, just because it's a lot easier to do when you're trying to figure out how things work. So we're going to start out with adventure mode. We got some beautiful cutscenes in here. Okay, so we're going to jump right into the game.
Here you have written, and the Diesel Grenadiers overran the last stronghold of the Hellfire.
So this is like one of those type of movies where, you know, you start out with everything in total chaos and destruction, and you wake up in an IV gown, a hospital gown, and it's like the world has just gone to hell in a handbasket. Okay, so this key here is for pickpocketing. Alright, and then this is for opportunity of attacks. Alright, so what I do is I hold my and I can go over here and see these things. So I'm going to go over to this thing and investigate it. Okay. You're lucky you were not crushed by the wreckage of an exploding airship. It's very steampunk oriented in this game. It's really cool. Alright, narrator. You need to move before anything else falls on you from the crumbling sky. Step by step, you have to stop this madness. Okay, let's come over here and we'll talk to this guy. A man is rummaging through a pile of debris. He plainly is distressed, and his frenzied digging has left his hands bloodied. Okay, so you can help people. You know, did you see what happened? Because that would be my first thought, waking up in an IV gown with a thong on, you know, in the pouring rain, because you don't remember what happened. What are you looking for? Okay. And to some extent, I think this is how a lot of humans would react to this type of situation. You know, he's just so overwrought, he can't do anything. But you put your pointer on the ground, and then you use your center mouse wheel, okay, to swing the screen around. Okay, so I found this. And you literally had to go around obstacles. Alright, so she's not going to say anything. We're going to go over here. Take a look in here. Oh, family ring. Okay. This actually belongs to this guy over here. So we're going to take the ring back to him. You could keep the ring if you wanted. Alright, continue. I will find it, dear. I will. She's probably dead. I think I found your ring. The eyes of the man go wild. He snatches the ring out of your hand and presses it to his chest. We thank you. So he's talking in that third person type of sense. Okay, so if you open up here's your character screen. So I've found a big rock, and you have a really big inventory case. Okay, so you can put rings on here, necklace, hats, and everything has stats to it, with the exception of this POS IV gown. And these are for potions. Okay, so let's get out of that. You have your journal up here, you know. Okay, so you have to find your belongings. That's your whole goal at this point, is to find my stuff. Here's the map. Okay, this is where you are. Alright, some areas are going to be blocked. You're not going to be able to find your way around them. Like, I can't get over to there, because I can come over this thing.
One might be deceived by the apparent weightlessness of this platform, which suggests mobility.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't do anything with it. Okay, so we're going to go over this way. Use your Alt key. Okay, it will tell you when you're near something as you're walking.
There's a strong flow of steam blocking the way. Maybe.
Alright, so I know that that's there. So I need to go around the steam, and then I'm going to, because you see the steam coming down. Okay, there's your roll. I successfully did that, so I didn't walk into it. Alright. Took me a little while yesterday, my spouse and I, to get our feet wet with this. Yes, there are dragons in this game.
Without their commander or magical powers, those who remained had no choice but to surrender.
Alright. So talk to everybody that you can, okay? Because you have to think about yourself as being like an investigator. You're trying to figure out what's going on, you know. Now I can press this, and then I press Alt, and it'll tell me if there's anybody around here. See, I can't. And you can see on my screen where my pointer's at, it's a little $sign. And so now I'm going to come over here. Okay, we're going to do an athletics roll to try to pull him up so he doesn't die. I was successful. Okay, so splash screen cuts, and then he's up. Okay, now we're going to continue on over this way. We'll try to talk to the kid. He won't talk. So in this world, robots are replacing humans. Steam-powered robots are replacing humans for everyday type of work. Everything from street cleaners to chefs to hooker bots. So craziness, I know. And for some reason that nurse is trying to bandage up a robot. Okay. Center mouse wheel. I'm going to come over here if I can. No, I can't get over there to it. See, I can see him. I know he's there, but I can't. Now I'm going to use this thing. This is a portal. Stop walking around. Go to the dang portal. Okay. So now it brings me out. And if you look back, I was over here. Okay, now I'm over here. So, here's something I can loot. Oh, hey, nice. Lots of good stuff. Okay. Even the steel guys can't hold it. Now we'll go over here. Alright. Let's go over here and talk to this person. If we can. Okay, I'm just kind of clicking through this. I figure you can read it. I'm not going to read it to you. Alright, so the sign, you'll see. Nope, I didn't say that. Read. Why are you going to try to read it from up there? Come down here. Alright, she's being ridiculous. She doesn't want to read it. Let's come over here and see if she can
At first glance, it seems
do
to be a
this.
passageway, but a single misstep could lead to the collapse of multiple.
Okay, so that tells you can't get through there. So now we're going to go over this way. We already talked to him. It's you, you sick bastard. You couldn't just let us live our lives, could you? Now everyone's dead thanks to you. Even little Joe. Poor little Joe. If you like Truck Dragon songs, there is a little song about a dog named Little Joe. Okay. Ha! So I countered the attack. Alright. Let's come over here. I don't think I can feel my legs. Okay. Alright, so nothing else. But we're going to go over to this. Oh, here's the treasure. So it's basically coins on the ground, and you know, you would think you could pick them up, but you can't. Alright, now we're going to come over here and take a look at the ladder. If my survival roll is high enough, I can climb the ladder. Oh! An 11. Nice. Uh-oh. Now the ladder fell. I'm screwed. Okay. Man, I'm rolling really good today. Last night I couldn't save people for nothing. This thing here. Alright. So we got a few things that we were able to loot. But what I want to do is I want to come over here to the ambulance. You don't know where the portals come from. I don't know if they're just part of science.
The vehicle's brakes are completely seized. Otherwise, it would have rolled on and crashed long ago. You must either search for the key or attempt to resolve it.
Okay, let's see here. Let's try to push the car. Woo! I failed that one. Okay, let's try to check the brake cylinder. There we go. I like the vehicle. I wish I could have kept it. Okay. Well-dressed man searched a corpse. You better believe it. All the money was taken.
Decaying iron statues of themselves.
Let's go see if we can help little Timmy. Apparently I can't help little Timmy. them either. Let's go up this way. Let's talk to them. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, last night I did this one, you know, to try to talk about the jumping. Tonight, this is going to be, you know, okay, so she's not as dumb as she looks. Love the look of the dragon. Alright. So now you're being judged.
What?
And this goes on for quite a while, so I'm just going to kind of flip through here. Not familiar. He's claiming that this is something that I wrote.
Apparently, I cannot audacious.
They're just words.
That was just.
No, not at all.
I see. Each one of but how
let me
the
speak.
human mind, Helen, Uncle Vic, even now, if there's a
Yeah, the game is kind of on the gory side as far as some of the looks to it. So, you know, if you have kids, you might want to play through it before you let them have a whack at it.
silence. Is it still honest? And the whole silence. These are your words.
No, they're not my words. I deny all of it. I think the little robot walking along the bottom of the screen is a loading thing, so that you know that it's actually doing something.
The interminable voyage from the old world is finally over, and the relentless seasickness has at last slackened its grip. You inhale deeply and let the warm sea breeze fill your senses. The cries of gulls fill the air, alongside the chatter of folk on the bustling docks.
Basically, you jump back into the future about, I think it's either 2 or 3 months beforehand.
Embrace this new, a young man.
Good day to you, sir or madam. Let me be the first to welcome you to the new world.
He's a newbie.
You can. You'll find a lot. Please step. Surface inspection.
Yesterday I argued with him with my other character, so today I'm doing something different.
No evidence, nor do I observe any. Looks like.
Blah blah.
Don't break. I have no idea.
Okay. So again, I'm going to look. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is see who. Now this guy I can pickpocket. So we'll go over here. So this is what pickpocketing looks like. So I've got 25 points. It takes 1 move to get to here, 2 moves to get to here, 4 moves to get all the way down to here. Okay, and then 3. I think it's 3 to identify something. So we'll go up to here. Okay, and then we're going to spend 2 more points to reveal it, 3 more points to grab it. Okay, and then we'll go back up this way, reveal it, 3 to grab, and then exit. So the thing with that puzzle is that you can actually, if you spend all your points, you will get caught. The police can even, come up to you at that point. What do you celebrate? I don't know, and I don't care. What matters is that they brought Elena Flynn himself for the occasion. Don't know who it is. What interest? Okay. Alright, so I can go over here and I can look at this poster, and then it tells you a little bit. Okay, so everything down in here is lootable. So just take all of it. And sometimes you will get, caught. Alright. Now I can't pickpocket him, but I can talk to him. I do like the boats and stuff. You can kind of scroll around a little bit with your mouse wheel. Alright, let's see here. Young man is plainly distressed about something. Okay. Are you in some kind of trouble? Alright, go and give him a slap on the face. Slap him again. Alright. Trying to figure out what's going on with him. I failed my roll. Let's see here. I have absolutely zero interest in the circumstance under which you might find it, but if you do, I promise I'll reward you. It's an ornately engraved piece of wood. So first thing I can do is I can go into my inventory and take a look-see here. So let's see if I can put anything into these spots. Nope. Okay. Money just stays up here. Alright, let's go over and talk to this guy. Come to see the fight. Breadcrumbs. You see the fish jumping? Every time you throw the breadcrumbs, the fish jumps. Okay. You can keep doing it. You can either try to catch him or make him your friend. Oh, I caught the fish. I did not catch him last night. Okay, so gloves. everything you wear gives you something. Okay? So we're going to put the gloves on for now. Adds to my health. Nice. Book of Witchcraft. Ooh, a handgun. Alright, so I'm going to put the handgun over here. Oh, apparently I can't use the handgun. Okay, the history of magic and the powers of the occult, witchcraft rituals, and imagination from their earliest appearances to modern times. Okay, so I've read it. Let's go over here, because there is a box down there. Now, if I was a mechanic, I would be able to use that crane. See the robots? Okay, now I can pickpocket this guy. Uh-oh, he found out. Back off. Alright, let's go to this box. And then we'll go down here. Fortune cookie. Because, you know, who doesn't want to see their fortune? Alright. An eccentric inventor will offer you a clock that runs backwards. Remember, yesterday's dinner was excellent. Possibly a hint. All right. So everybody you talk to will usually give you some type of idea of what's going on. Alright, so we're supposed to go over here and talk to this guy.
Feeling lucky, folks?
Yes.
Place your bets on Michael Mortensen. Odds are 5-1 against.